with my brother, Dr. Big Mike X, as we want to call himself. And we got a special topic, man, to um really deep dive into. And this is something that's very important, especially to Mike, man. And we've been talking about this for years. So first of all, man, what I want to ask you is what is your why is you so passionate about the average brother, or not even the average brother, just a black man in general, man, that's coming up in society, why he should really focus on a black woman if he's pursuing a relationship? Let's start there.
All right. I believe, look, um, who gave birth to you? Who's your grandparents? What community did you grow up in? And then the majority of the people, let's say if you went to church, um, in the black community, I believe since they're the ones who made you, and that's what the tears, time, the love,
Oh, Mike, I'm
and
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just make sure your audio's low up. It's kind of staticky.
uh, is this good?
All right, that's a lot better. Thank you, brother.
All right. As I was saying, the black community is the product of the black man and the black woman. Why
Okay.
should we not sell out, but pretty much why should we go elsewhere? It's like um we need each other, you know? Uh we're so important to each other. Like look at the Arabs, look at the Asians. Yes, they do interracial, but you can't say that they're not well off. They're the culture of the Asian culture or the Arabs or the you know, even the Mexicans, man. Like they stick with each other. Why can't we?
Mm.
When the black woman's been, the most unloved, with the birth of the world, pretty much. Like, um, slavery, nobody cared when we were free as slaves, 34. I heard a story that black women were raped by a whole bunch of white men, and the black men couldn't do nothing about it. You know, uh, same with the depending on where in the country, you know, some that was still going in the 60s, 70s. Like, uh, what I understand um, the disconnect from the black men and black women. Like, you weren't there for me. Why weren't you there? Because either they who's gonna get killed and vice versa. Black.
Uh, my it's still going in and out for some reason. Your audio.
How about this one like this?
It's still because I want people to hear you. It's still getting caught in and out for some reason.
Uh,
Say, I could hear you now. Is that good?
that's good.
Okay, that's a little better. Okay, so piggyback what you're saying. I'll let you talk more. So it's more of a protection in a way. So basically, your observation and your research on history that the black women have been kind of ridiculed, they've been kind of raped, by the oppressors and all that type of stuff. And then you look at
But I mean, look at today. 85,000 of them gone.
well, the
Can't
sex
find them.
trafficking too. We can talk about that as well. That's really very huge. Remember in the DC girls a few years ago, they were getting kidnapped. But still, women to this day still getting just kidnapped. I remember one time I was going to report this on my channel, but in New York, I don't know if this person was black or I think this person was white, but you know, this individual, the man decided to move into an elite college and move into his daughter's dormitory in New York. And the reason why he did it so he can exploit her students and so or her classmates. And so what he would do, I don't know how he got away with it at first, but he would move in, pose as a student, and then take these women and just and sex trafficking them. And he was making a profit out of it. And then he ended up getting of course, when they started reporting when the women was getting kidnapped and all these type of things, man, and eventually got caught. But man, it's just a very serious thing, especially when you hear these things happening to our sisters. And I know it probably cringe you when you see like a brother that decides to date outside his race, do all other
Wait,
things.
hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit, but hold on. you were doing really good with the topic. I feel like you went across too quick.
No, no, no. It's good. It's good. But we can talk
Like,
everywhere. Wait, no. But I mean, so okay. So far as this, the building, the family structure. Why is this? Do you think this is like a great solution for the community? Because I know we talked about before the state of the black community and men, but far as women, as men building with their woman, what are one of the components of doing that?
well, we came from the black woman.
Okay.
Yes, black man, black woman, black baby. Um, and the black woman is the first lover and teacher the baby ever gets to know.
Mm.
So it's like, um, what's the word? It's critical and it's crucial. Us to have positive, loving black mothers and positive, loving black fathers. So then you won't have self hate or I'll just settle. Doesn't matter. Like if you see the difference of tone in my voice, we don't get the same love as white people from the subconscious mindset. Like,
Mm.
yes, Martin Luther King fought for equal rights, but the other problem we don't have is we don't think we're equal mentally, and that is a problem in itself because it's like we need to be what's the word happy and confident with ourselves. Like when we went to Impact, man, there's nothing but positive love of black men, black women. Like I'm writing a paper on uh, impact in my experience. I got to witness a different side of brothers, and I got to witness the wonderful side of the sisters. And we need each other desperately if we want to ever make a Black Wall Street. You know what? In Black Wall Street, we were so sufficient on our own. We didn't. I mean, one, we weren't allowed to have a white woman, but second, we didn't need a white woman. And all we needed was God and our history
Okay.
and our education, uh, role models, and black businesses growing in the black neighborhoods. And that is that's the main goal that we need. We don't need to feel like we need to go elsewhere. It's like let me see. Like, hey Rodney, if you want to go get a milkshake at a specific place, like let's say you want McFlurry, you're not going to Burger King, you're
No.
not going to Wendy's.
Nope.
I want a damn McFlurry with
Exactly.
Oreos.
You go to the place that sells it,
You
and
know,
that's the best.
I'm going to McDonald's.
Right.
So, it's like, why should we have a mindset? Oh, you know what? Eh, it doesn't matter to me. It's like, no, there's a culture in that.
Okay.
You
So
were
so
born, you were birthed. Your first teacher, maybe if you were in the hood or yeah, maybe you had your first Sunday school teacher who taught you about life
right.
and how to live right. It was a woman or a black man. I feel like we need other desperately. And if we get to know who our history is in and we get to observe who our God is, we're gonna be fine. We don't need to go elsewhere. I'm not trying to
So.
think less of anybody that does. Like, you know,
Mhm.
we need each other desperately.
So I'm not trying to jump all over the place. I know I want to stay on topic, but so do you think it's very difficult for an individual who decides to? I know I keep referring to this, but decide to not build with a black woman, and that's a brother,
All right.
but he's still doing positive things in the community. I'm talking about he's giving back financially. He's helped building
Mm-hmm.
recreation centers. He's in the city council. I mean, he's doing having a lot of doing a lot of political things for the community, and that's bettering the educational department for a lot of children. But he decided to, date someone that's not an African American descent. Do you think he still would be highly respected in his community?
I mean, of course you'll be respected, but it's just what made you not want to choose your own when you still want to be in the community and help it. I feel like it could be a slight double standard, or maybe you just didn't know what good black women were. But we all know that there's still good black women around. Um, and it sends a message to the younger generation. You
Okay.
know, like, what if we saw 80% of the entertainers and the athletes and the athletes, entertainers, and actors with black women, married, not baby mama drama, married for like at least 30 years. Do you don't you think something would have been different if we did that?
If
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 we
more of that
switched?
was displayed, I do believe that will be a positive look for us. That will actually maybe encourage for brothers to be like, okay, let me try this out. Because I'm glad that you brought up a good point. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm glad you brought a great point that, in the media, that it has a really an effect on us. So kind
Yeah.
of when you see like athletes that get in trouble, like Antonio Brown, you know, um, well, I think his baby mama was, I don't know if his baby mama black, but like
She
different.
white.
Yeah, but different, like, athletes or people that's in the mass media, right? That's just arguing with
Hmm.
their woman and stuff like that, and putting them down. You got teen turn, I turn, all that type of stuff, and
Yeah.
you got like in a family household, sometimes in the black family household, they see their parents bickering, arguing, and not getting along and divorcing and all this type of stuff. It kind of sends a message like, dang, like, do I really want to build with this woman? You know what I'm saying? But that's just probably maybe an
Like,
individual thing. But
no, you are correct.
yeah.
But if we spread our message, and everyone wants to say truth, but more so accurate truth, like, know who we are in the community, in the church, and the history of ourselves,
Mhm.
we will not be the negative aspect of ourselves that we see on the news. We won't be, oh, so and so is murdered or shot, or or divorce, or baby mama drama, baby daddy drama. Had to be both, because black woman did not have the baby on her own, unless it was what
Sure.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you know, like, seeing my mom and dad together, and seeing my oldest sister married, and witnessing happy relationships, wonderful marriage, positive gender roles, and love, and educated, knowing themselves as a person, individual. Like, yes, it takes work, but when you are when you have a relationship with God and yourself, and the spirit that's in you that God gave to you, you increase, but you have to deny yourself the fleshly pleasures of life, or just being lazy. Like, it takes two to dance with a woman and a man, or in any couple. It's
All right.
like, uh let me do something that you want, and then let me do something that I would like. Oh, it's fluid, the movement, the dance,
Like water, right?
you know, um, yeah.
Okay, okay. Now, do you think financially this would be really good too? Like far as I know I talk about this too with BMT about generational wealth, keeping the
Oh,
money
yeah.
cycling in
And
your
it's important to
yeah.
not, I'm sorry, let me cut you off, bro.
Now go ahead. I'm finished.
It's important to not just move everywhere. I believe, if you want generational wealth, give the home that you lived in to a family member or somebody who lives there. I mean, yeah, uh, someone who's related to you, so the name The family name will keep the house, and you can build upon it for years to come.
Right.
And hopefully, you can build in the community for years to come. But you have to have people that you know, trust, and love. Like, um,
So,
yeah. Sorry, Rodney. I should let
so
you
say
keep
like
talking.
someone has an estate or whatever, and you know they end up. So you think it just be you want because the wealth gap between African Americans and the Caucasians is significantly different. We
Yeah.
learned in impact too because that I believe that 42% in America African Americans own their homes compared to like whites 75%, Hispanics 49%, Asians like in the 80s. So like far as like home equity and leaving something for your children, these type of things, we have a we're in a state of competition. And so when you see like a brother maybe, have relations or building someone with a different race, it can kind of, that you think that wealth gap will still kind of diminish in a way, like far as it won't it won't help out the black sector in America. Because the reason why,
Well,
yeah,
no, go on, bro. You can keep on explaining that
just
I
because
am
like
pro.
Dr. Boyce Watkins was saying, I don't know how true this is, but according to economics, he was saying about 2050 that African Americans' net worth is going to be $0, and we have like a 1.3 trillion dollar spending power. So a lot of it is, it's we have money,
Hmm.
but it's just that we don't invest it in the right places. I just want to know, I can look this up too, but I just want to know, like, do you think that maybe have a huge significant factor in it? Like far as like, hey, if you don't, if you're a brother, you don't build with your woman, it kind of, you don't have children with them, it may be kind of like it's gonna be hard in keeping that wealth.
Um. Dang.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that. I know that.
It's
Now,
something to think about.
um, we, uh, if that wasn't a more, what's the word? If we weren't sure about who we should marry and date, now we know, because you like we gotta keep things passed down for generations.
Hmm.
Whether it's wealth, whether it's jewelry, whether it's um an expensive car from like 60 years ago. You can start with that, a watch. Let's say your grandmother was the first, or great grand, yeah, yeah. One of them was the first woman to have worked with KFC, or let's say you had your own business and you had your own special grill or skillet. That's worth a lot. Put that mug on eBay, or I'm
Hmm.
just giving you examples.
Hmm.
Like, we gotta keep things within ourselves, traditions and family. Like, because if we don't, we'll be what you said, bro, extinct, or maybe not extinct, but I'm saying,
Well, yeah, I get what
but
you said.
yeah,
Yeah.
money wise.
Hmm.
But like, think about this. Have you ever heard? Um, 1 second. All right, go on, bro.
Oh, so so like recent history, I just want to talk about more of your passion. So we discussed about recent history, what the black woman has been with and has dealt with, in the past. And do you feel like
Oh, I know you go with this. What
so do
about the
you feel
black
like they're
man?
more do you feel like they're more disrespected than the black man when it comes to
Yep,
like corporate
yep.
America obtaining jobs? Because people can simply argue is that, hey, I've been with a black woman before and it just didn't work out. She was belligerent. I mean, she was just evil and and vindictive and all this stuff. So I had to go away. And I see this other person. I see another person, a different race that's very submissive, that's cool, that's wanting to build with me. I'm just gonna go over her
Mm.
and rock it out. It shouldn't matter, who I build with. So what you have to say to those type of people?
First of all, brother, um, we can talk about the nation. We can talk about true educated pro-black Christians, or
Uh-huh.
just people who truly study their faith. If you are not if you're going, don't be equally yoked
Mm-hmm.
with a non-believer, and you want to have somebody who you can spiritually connect with, um, and mentally, pretty much the same. But if the relationship is really vibing, she's not going to piss you off or make you mad or be belligerent. Like we keep on saying, "Oh, I dated a woman." What was her? What did she believe in? How long? How special was her relationship with God? What was her relationship with her mom and dad? Was she raped? Was she abused? Now, physically, the black woman has been more abused and unloved, unprotected physically, and a little bit of mentally. But the black man mentally has been destroyed because in school, what we say? Oh, bro, I don't get it, man. Oh, you stupid. That's a mind issue. Am I right?
Yeah,
Or
and
maybe you didn't get the concept.
I'm just gonna bring that up too because I remember in Impact, which was very inspiring, bro. I almost brought tears to my eyes when you minister or you get some advice
Oh, let
to
me
that
talk. Let me
one
say.
kid
All right.
that wanted to be a
I'm sorry.
biologist.
Did you want to say it, or did you want me to say it?
I was gonna mention it, but make sure we're on the same. But like the one about you met this kid that wanted to be a biologist.
Yes, yes, yes.
You can go ahead and say that, man. That almost choked me
So,
up. Yeah.
thank you, Rodney. I love you, bro. See, that's another. So it's, I think, whatever. The 30th on December 30th, man. And, the pastors killed the message. The speakers, the music team, the praise and worship. There's a concert. I think it's by Todd Delaney. He was a guest performer or
Yeah.
guest artist that we were blessed to see. So I'm tired, man. But hey, I'm here at the concert listening, trying to talk to some people that I know, and I'm walking back to my seat, and I see this boy wiping his eyes, and dog, it's late. Go to sleep. Find your room.
Right.
But I remember when I was in high school and I went to um I wasn't doing good, man. So when I was in church, I prayed. I prayed. I did the praise and worship. I clapped. I stood up. I was talking to God. And it I wanted to pass high school with my friends because I already was held back a grade.
Yeah.
So I felt desperate. So when I saw the boy crying, I gave him a hug and said, "Hey, boy, or young man, I'm gonna pray for you."
Yes.
And then I go back to my seat. The mother comes to me crying, and um, I'm crying too. And she's like, "What made you want to pray for him? What made you want to come to my son?" So I take her hand and walk her to a seat, and I tell her on my knees that all of the story I was just telling you about school. And she told me that uh, he wants to be, I believe, a zoologist.
I think you said
And
biologist at first.
yes, as a biologist. And uh, he has a mental disorder, I believe. Nothing super. Maybe it's serious, maybe it's not. But
Yeah.
for an 8-year-old boy, 8 or 6 year old or 8-year-old boy, for him to have a dream like that is rare.
Yeah.
And the mother was a black woman. Boy is black because mom is black. And it gave me a sense of understanding that, Mike, maybe the reason God had you to go to the conference wasn't to have just a fun time and the
Right.
game, whatever time is there, but maybe God called me or used me for that moment to speak and minister to the boy.
Mm-hmm.
He will be something. God has His hand on me. Now I don't know exactly what he's going to be because I don't know him. But the good thing is, um, I was able to speak to him, and I was able to have that moment and minister to the mother that it's not over. Don't give up. Don't let go. God still got you. You just have to find His plan for you. Have a serious relationship with Him, like um, we have with our parents, because the main goal is to make them proud, God proud, and with those two, or well, mom and dad is two different people, and then you got God, so that's three. With that, you are going to be proud too.
Right.
So,
Right.
um, yeah, man, that was one of so many beautiful moments at the conference, man.
It was, and I had to bring that up because, but you just saying something to him, like maybe if you still live in many years from now, even if he might not ever see you again, he's still gonna remember. Like, dang, I remember this. Once it gets tough, or he gets into college or whatever, or he's in his career, whatever he does in society, he gonna be thinking like, wow, I remember this young man talked to me and said I can do it. And so when words are powerful. In the book of Proverbs, right, when it says harsh words stirs up anger, but a gentle answer turns away wrath. You know what I'm saying? So even King
Yep.
Solomon said that. So that right there is so important, man, and that's ministry right there. And if we can transfer that energy to our black woman, we'll be even more
Exactly.
in a powerful state right there.
Yep.
And I think sometimes that's what the black woman needs. And you got some black women that's kind of really out there that really need some help. They don't want, what I'm saying, they just kind of really lost. But for the most
Yeah.
part, if
It's a
we
spirit, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what it is. And when I look, you look at the black community, things that we going through. I mean, all we have is each other. Seriously. I talk
Yep.
this about this all the time. We have each other, and then if you have children, if you have a baby mama, man, she's black, bro, stick by her side. No, it might be crazy. She might be at your own child support, whatever, but you probably already knew what type of person she was before you even, laid in bed with her. So it's like,
Yep. And that's why
exactly.
it's don't be unequally yoked. Save sex for marriage.
Mhm.
Understand who you are with, and when you do that, Lord willing, the relationship will be better, and if you are able to build with her. But um, it's important to have a mature mindset
Yeah.
so that you can sense, is this a good woman? And for the black woman, is this a good man? Does he treat his mother respectfully? Does he treat his sisters respectfully? Does he respect his dad? Does
Yeah.
he care about his dad? Does he have a dad? Does he have a
Mm-hmm.
mother?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Like the dad can be in the household, but not be a father. You know what I'm saying? That's for
hmm
either they're too much time at work or it's to the point that they're not teaching their the child anything, and then they should know that boy is growing up. Now what he got to do? Responsibilities. He got to be the man of the house. You got some women that say that to the man, and so it creates a lot of stress, because I really want to bring that up, because once a child hears that, especially if they're in a single mother type of household, when a child hears like you are the man of the house, it's like, okay, well, I'm in charge now. And then when
What does that mean?
they're right, but when their mother decides to date somebody else and bring that man into their household, that the young man is supposed to be the charge of, now he gonna feel challenged. He gonna like, hey, I'm not taking orders with you. That's from like a stepfather type of perspective in a way, because
Yeah,
stepfather coming
but
in, I built with this young man, and he's still challenging me of my authority. But you
right,
know,
but Lord willing, if the young man is humble and not just a young brother who doesn't really understand, you
Mm,
can recognize, hey, this man is like a coach. He is
okay.
somebody who I can trust. He's like a teacher. He's
Right.
somebody I care about. Not just, but hey, I understand being protective, but I'm glad I didn't have to be protective of him, because my dad was always there.
True. True. But
Mm.
yeah,
All right, go on, go on.
that's true. But just besides the side too, man. Just dude, that was just a beautiful experience, man. Just talking to people. I remember I was talking to a young brother. He was going through some things and impact, and I can kind of read people a lot. I had that spirit of
Mm-hmm.
discernment. So I remember we was in this. We
I'm about to say, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, no, because remember we was at this conference table and we had brothers talking, and they had the women's section and we had the men's section. So we was in the men's section and they was talking about manhood and stuff. And so it was this individual. I'm Facebook friends with him, but he was on the left of me. He was kind of had his head down. He was kind of like a little stressed out. And I talked to him like, "Hey, everything's good, man. You taking notes?" He's like, "Yeah, I just wish I can do a little bit more in my life, because he was at the age, he's 23 at the time, and so he's
Mm.
trying to really accomplish anything." And I didn't really get into detail, like, how he grew up and all that stuff. But I think he had like two parent household. But he just really felt like, like what am I doing with my life? That type of stuff.
Yeah, bro.
So I feel like if a man
Yeah.
doesn't know what he want to do, have no type of general direction, they may not really think about building with a woman or building
No,
with a black.
no.
They probably gonna
I'm
focus.
trying to find my damn self.
Exactly. And when they're in the pursuit of that, they may be like, okay, well, I'm finding myself. Yeah, they might have the urges to be with a woman, but they might not necessarily be like, all right, I ain't gonna build with this chick. I'm just here to get money, like, and so that kind of creates
Well,
a sense like
then
a
be single. Be
boy.
honest, brother.
That's just some brothers. So it may send like a negative frequency to like, all right, I'm not gonna take this woman serious, whatever. Like, I'm just doing me, like that type of stuff. It's not they're not laser focused on like really potentially seeing what this woman is for and building. What?
Right. Now, it would be easier if the brother was just like, hey, I'm trying to figure myself out.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's why a community that is positive and educated and loving can help with.
Mm-hmm.
Not not friends that are just friends that don't minister to you, love you, and bring
Mm-hmm.
you to a higher stuff
Right.
or state of mind. Mm. Right, is good. Um,
I agree with that. I would agree with that. So,
Now, I have an interesting question for you.
okay.
Now, me and you both talk about politics. Now, the black family shouldn't put their black community or black family or black culture should not put their faith in the Democrats or Republicans. Shouldn't that be the same way with the white woman?
Okay. So, how historically the Democrats have done for the
Well,
dang, you made me
yeah. Oh yeah,
Mike.
the Democrats
Yeah,
aren't.
the
Yeah,
Democrats
the
have done
Republicans aren't too
with
friendly
the black
either.
community. You're right. So we know about the liberals and stuff and the movements and feminist movements, all this
Yeah,
type of things that really kind of destroy the black community. So
right. But
I
the
so
Republicans aren't
they not
innocent
it's
either.
like the Republicans, yeah, they just weren't greedy. It's just more of a just their
They
own.
weren't slick. They were just in your face.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's why I really believe that the black community should be like in the independent party, you know,
Yeah.
and
Like
just grow from there. Because the independent party, when I look up, they really have a lot of more Christian values, and that's like the stronghold of our community. That's what we go by, and more strong
yeah, we
Christian
go by God in the
and
Bible.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so do I think that's comparable to the white woman? I mean, you got to think about this too.
I do too. All right, go on, bro.
You got to think about this too on the large spectrum of things. Has black men have negative relations with white women overall?
There
I'm
has
just saying,
been.
like in general, like
It depends.
have you heard like breakers? I'm pretty sure, but have you heard like have it backfired on? If a black man decides to build with a white woman, did they have successful families or not? You know, I mean, is it the same statistics as when two black people are married? Do they get the same? Is it the divorce rate higher or lower compared to a black man married to a white woman?
I heard that the interracial couple with the black man, the black woman. I mean, the black man, the white woman is um higher than the black man, the black woman.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying that also we forget, Rodney, that you talked a little bit about it, but remember the feminist movement butchered the black woman because they were thinking, oh, it's
Yes.
the same gender. We're on
Yeah.
the same team. No, that is not what happened.
No.
You know, like they said you don't need a man, but then they took us. They took the very man that they said you don't need. But we
Right.
all know the black woman needs the black man, and the black man needs the black woman. You know, but and that's in a way kind of a little bit who to blame some of this um suffering black culture of the black man and the black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's redlining, and then there's but solely white woman. It's like who with the Emmett Till, other stuff like I've heard just within a few years, white women do lie about rape. I mean, look at the Kobe controversy. Everybody wants to say, well, no, not everybody. Some want to say, it was rape and underage or wasn't consentful. But I'm like, I'm just looking at the history. Well, say what you want to say, Ronnie.
Well, see, and that's the thing, though. I mean, some of it, like you look at the Gail King, you look at, sisters that's disrespecting Kobe's legacy. You like, that's the last thing you
Not
want
that. Oh, I don't count Gail
to.
King's sister. She's black, but she's not really one of us because she's rich.
Yeah.
Oprah too. Like,
Right.
but go on.
Yeah, I mean, but I was just saying though, because you see some. I mean, I see a lot of black couples everywhere, and I see some, black and white couples. They're happy and whatever. Well, you think they are, and so they got families and they just settle. So when you see like the average black brother with an Italian woman or someone just not a black
It's
one,
not, no. What we see is even in the middle class or the hood.
right?
Well, it's like
So they give you a
there's
distinctive
some people
reason.
middle class like me. I would have to date someone who is kind of like me, successful, saved. I mean, she doesn't have to be rich, but it'd be nice to have some money. But it doesn't matter when it comes to a black man with a white woman. All it doesn't matter if she's broke. It doesn't matter nothing. As long as she can be quiet and do what I say, we good.
Well, so
All
let
right.
me. So what about this though? Say it's a.
Attraction doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she's overweight. Oh, it just matters if you have. It's like you can do more and build more with someone who looks like you. Like, look, there's black women who are mentally want to be like think that they're white. Why can't you date one of them? But it's like
I get what you're saying, but like, okay, so what about? Okay, let me ask you this: so we both grew up in the suburbs. So I grew up in the hood in the suburbs, so I had both lives and best of both worlds, right? So what about as a brother that grew up in the suburbs and is predominantly white a little bit? You know what I'm saying?
all right, but
And that's all they know. And then the
well,
girls,
okay,
they go to middle
okay,
school, they go
but
to high school, and
is your
these women checking them
how
out.
special are you? Are you someone like me, or are you somebody like you? The
Well,
quality of the
you can be.
black man.
Well, see, that's the okay. Now that raises a question. Now, if the brother was okay, say if he was like he was born there, right? He went to predominantly white school, but his parents educated him all his life about black
Hmm.
history, but he
All
still
right.
made a choice to be with to be with the white woman. What would you say?
Well, you said it first. You said it first. The black woman.
You be like, okay. Do you think that's just his decision on this part? Because you got people who know all this black history, but still decide to base on what
That is the self hate that they can't free themselves from.
using yourself hate. Okay.
Not all self hate, but it's just. It's it's the kryptonite. Like, yeah. Hey, 1 second.
Gotcha.
Hold on.
All right, brother. So, people, thank you. I also want to say thank you for everyone checking this live stream out. It's gonna be a real quick live. Just something that we discuss a lot, man. And we decided to put this on live stream. Thank you for the 4 and 5 people and the people that's going to see this in the future. This really means a lot, man. And it's here for AK Dr. Big Mike X.
Hey,
You back, brother?
yeah, 1 second, bro.
You good? You good? So y'all get the likes up, like and comment, subscribe. What you got to do, man?
Brother, I've been making chicken.
I know I got me taking notes over here. Let me see.
Well, all right. I'm back. You're a great one. The mic,
Yeah.
the act, the beat mic. Ah, okay. Let's see what we got. Okay. Now, where were we, Rodney?
Yeah. So about the suburban gentleman. Uh, we was talking about somebody who has like a different perspective and view, like based on their environment.
Oh, that matters too.
Yeah.
But if you in the black community see black, all that, you it would be nice for us to think of um the black folks that we around.
Mm,
Now I've learned just because you want to be with a woman doesn't mean you're ready for one.
okay.
Like you got to figure out, in God's timing, or are you like not mature enough, but do you know how to be respectful enough? Like, are you ready? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, like I want a popsicle, but do I really need one now?
Mhm.
And if I had just said screw it, I'll give me a white girl, I would have never seen um all the beautiful black women at Impact or
Well, I think you was
uh
feeling, but you probably wouldn't like. You had like
nah, like
your focus won't be on them, basically.
no. And I feel like I got 3 sisters, they black,
Yeah.
cousins, they black, aunts, they black. Why should I not date or look for someone who reminds me of home?
Mhm.
It's like it's not playing favorites, it's playing like, hey, it's where I grew up with. Let me get what I know. Like soul food. It's like there from the beginning, my nigga. But
It warms your
I'm
heart.
thinking of that in a positive light. I know soul food wasn't so great, and I'm not saying I ate everything unhealthy, but
Don't be like the Boondocks episode where they said they.
whoa, no. I'm saying the regular stuff, not talking
Yeah,
about
I get
chitlins.
you saying. Her heart stopped. It'll clog your arteries. I don't like do.
But what you got to say to that, brother?
I mean, I totally agree with you, man. I mean, it's. But you got some people say, "Hey, man, I should do whatever I want to do, long as I'm filling the role as a man. I'm providing. I'm protecting.
You sound like Nick Cannon.
Well, that's what some people, some people thinking. Like, long as I'm doing good in society, I'm doing what the.
Right.
No, but look, they say I'm following the commands. I'm doing what the Lord wants you to do. I'm loving, trusting God with all my heart, all my mind, all my soul, loving my neighbors to myself. Why should I be condemned because I decided to date this white woman?
Why is what's wrong with the black woman?
with they negative
I mean,
experience,
like, look, you got
negative experience that I had in the past. Like,
did
and
you
you
were
know,
they saved? Well, how was their spirit? Did they know where they came from?
mm-hmm,
How was their family situation?
mm-hmm.
Was there
You
trauma?
you bring up the family situation a lot, America, because that is good. Because when I heard that normally when a woman is brought up in a nuclear family, they have it's a higher percentage chance they kind of they will have a successful marriage because they know and they've been exposed to a good family structure and what a mom and a dad's supposed to do and fulfill both roles
Exactly.
compared to a divorced family.
Right? Like, niggas, I mean, some black dudes was like, oh, she got a fatty, bro. Let's hit. Oh, she ghetto. She got no
Yeah.
respect for me. Da da da. But it's a white girl, oh man, it don't matter where she is. She just do what I tell her, man. She glad to be here. What about the spirit connect? What about the guy? What about the trauma? What about it's like they don't care. It's just like oh that's that Paul Mooney. Oh, he did a hilarious.
He is so funny, dog.
He did like or Ari Spears. One of them did like oh you gotta get a white woman because they the best. Ain't you gonna get a white woman? Sound like a monkey, dog. And I'm saying we shouldn't be that kind of brother. Because look, when you have a child, when you have a daughter, yeah, she's gonna be mixed, but guess what? She's still black. Why not have a why not have a black wife, a black woman? Oh, black child. Oh, hey, I know how to what's the word? Teach you about your hair. Listen, being black is a privilege. Don't let people say, oh, because your skin is dark or whatever, you're not beautiful. That's a lot of self hate that we have kept on for like hundreds of years.
Mm.
And that hurts me, man. It's like, I'm light skinned, I'm cool. I've got two black parents. My grandparents were black, different shades though.
Hmm.
But it made me, in the summertime, I wanted to be as dark as possible. And, but
Yeah,
hey,
I remember I actually became kind of happy when I was little. I was like, man, I can't wait till I get a tan. I want a tan. Like I used to get upset when I
yeah, but
yeah.
when it comes to the woman, oh no, she gotta be red bone, she gotta be light skinned. Cause that's sad, bro, because that says that we can't have pride in ourselves. We gotta have pride in what the white race gave us mixed. It's like I feel like that's a sign of disrespect, man, because um the black woman has done so much for us. Like, mm, there's just things that you can't get from anybody else, you know? Like, ah, sweet potato pie, banana pudding. Your auntie or your grandma or your mom, like pound cake, is just they got the best. And
Hmm.
you can't find anywhere else unless you look for that kind of same family that has an old school style. Now nothing beats quality. Am I right?
You right?
Like um yeah.
That's that's good, man. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm trying to
Now
think.
the last question. If
Hmm.
there's a good quality black woman around, would you try to pursue her?
So the qualities you got to think about too is based on what you want out of a woman. Like she can cook, can she clean, can she is she's willing to support your goals, these type of things. Willing.
And uh let's say she works, too, or do both. I don't know. But yeah, man, it depends on what you
Mhm.
not want, but what is the need? Because
All right.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Well,
because nobody got your back better than a black woman. I've learned. My
mhm.
mom, dad, 61, 62.
Yes.
Everybody has a little debates and
I will
antics.
say I have got inspired, because I have seen like black couples, especially when you go to church and I know
Yeah,
my dad's church they used to honor people who have one of the longest marriages and stuff. They used to give them an award. And this individual, I'm pretty sure they went through a lot of trials and trauma, but they were together for like 50 some years, and he actually had an award for
well,
that.
maybe not trauma, bro. Maybe not, but yeah,
Well, I
go on.
understand where it's like you still gonna go through. I'm pretty sure they had a lot of ups and downs and stuff, but
Yes, ups and downs.
the 50 years though, and they're still married and still happy. That's amazing,
Hmm.
man. Still willing to tolerate with one another. That's really good.
Yeah,
And we need
right.
to kind of get back to that because I used to think in this generation, like, are we really gonna have like long marriages with?
No, bro, we ain't got time for long marriage. We got God coming back sometime soon. But
Yeah,
anyway, go on.
yeah, I know that was a different time frame, but yeah, I mean, just seeing like you. Because if you think about it too, man, if you grow up too and you see like your grandparents not together, you see your uncles ain't together, people divorced, and I'm talking about in a black family household. It might kind of like want to, unless you want to break the cycle, like, hey, no, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna give me a woman, we're gonna stay together. But sometimes it's out of your control, and then you look at it too. If you start comparing to like, dang, like my dad's side of the family ain't married, my mom's side of the family ain't married, and they all black.
Right,
It's like,
but
why did I build with this
all right,
woman?
go on.
Yeah, and I'm just saying that's kind of the
But
negative.
why is it that way though?
That's well, it could. Who
It could
knows?
be
It could be both ways.
um
People not pulling their part.
it could be education. It could be
It could be a fair.
not fully developed spiritually. It could be
Yeah.
not the right job choice. It could be not knowing what to do because you weren't ready for it.
Uh huh.
It could be not knowing your roots. It could be not knowing the true version of black Christianity that you needed. Instead of that, oh man, we was drinking and having a little party, drugs. I had some other kids on the side, it's my fault.
Yeah.
You know how we do.
Yeah.
But that's not all of us. So
Right. Right. Right.
when you see good, positive black families, hey, I want to be like that. Like when you love Pokemon games.
Yes, sir.
You like when you say, "Hey, mom, look that. Can I get that for my birthday? Can I
Mhm.
get that for Christmas?" And why did you want it? Because you know what you wanted. And why can't we have the same mindset and love for someone that is not a material thing? You know, a black woman can be a queen. She can be a mom. She can be, if she lives long enough, a grandmother. She can be uh, anything what she wants to be. Within what she wants to be. And same for the black man and the black parenting style. You know, we shouldn't discourage each other.
All right.
Like, yeah,
Okay. Okay. So it's pretty much like keeping that positive mindset, that positive
hmm
the view like, hey,
yeah, because yeah, bro,
this is what we need to do in order to restore the black family. Be with your own.
yes.
So you agree with Dr. Umar Johnson and stuff he was saying?
Well, I mean, I agree wholeheartedly, and I was excited to hear that. I still agree, but I'm not. What's the word? As aggressive about it. But I wonder. Okay, look, man. Black women, you got the Jamaicans, you got the Latinos, you got um Black Mexicans, you got
Mexican.
Islander, Trinidad Tobago, Haitians, Ethiopians,
Mm.
Nigerians. Bro, they're better than white ones. I'm sorry. Black Hawaiians, Black Asians, bro.
You gotta add the Islanders.
Yeah,
Oh man, okay,
you
okay.
know, just hearing them talk is Lord. Um,
Bro, I remember you
we
sent me a video of some woman talking about some fruit.
somewhere on
Yeah.
mango, like
Oh goodness.
um,
Yeah. Heh, that's funny to me.
and white women always try to steal the black woman's style. Oh, let me talk like this, girl. You know, it's like, and look at the gay white doing all they do is culture steal. Let me get some dreads, cornrows. Oh no, these are boxer braids, not cornrows.
Yeah.
Remember Sarah Bartman, but you know, the black woman is the original, man. Just keep it. I mean, no, not keep it. Focus on trying to be man enough to be with the black, not take. She's not a thing.
Right. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'm here.
that's good, man. Well, is there anything else you want to add, brother?
That's why I put my phone to my ear as if we were on the phone, like a phone call.
Man, they're walking around the house. All right. Well, it's okay. So we got the gist of everything. Just build. It's important to build with your black woman and
Yeah,
try it
yeah.
out. Yeah,
You can
because
build
I'm
a kingdom, dog,
mm-hmm.
with the right people involved, with the right movement. Because
Right.
what the media does not get to portray, doesn't portray is like, remember Friends and remember Living Single,
Yeah.
remember the Cosby Show. It's like when you have a group of friends who keep you accountable when you go on dates, game night, movie, you're going to be held with, this is my brother, this is my sister. I wouldn't do you wrong, vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And oh, someone so like, hey, what's going on with him? What's going on? Is he
Mm-hmm.
upset? Is he sad? Is he scared? Is he not do well in his job? Is he gonna get fired? Is he not sure about a promotion? It's all those things like we only get to hear, oh, the black woman ghetto. Oh, she got attitude. Oh,
All
like,
right.
yeah. Oh, I got last thing to say.
Yeah. What I say, bro?
Oh,
I'm ready for you.
if white people went through what we went through, they would not be a stable home. Like, okay, they couldn't go through what we went through for 400 years. No, we weren't slaves for a total of 400 years, but mentally, we're still gone. 1609, 2020, but we were slaves for like 255 years. But we weren't really free till 1940. But there was still a whole lot of racism. Like, but they wouldn't have went through what we went through, and what they're succeeding now is they used to succeed in parenting. They're still above us, but when it comes to dating, oh, he's mature, she's mature, she's not wilding out. But who doesn't discipline their kids normally?
Yeah.
White folks. Am I right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't live in the. I mean, well, when I've been around them, some of them. can get away with disrespecting them. Well, I mean, they have some, some get chastised, but you live in now in these day and age. You discipline your child, you go to prison. I mean, if it involves into physical harming them. So, but I have seen like when I was growing up, like, oh man, like you just you just cut your dad out and you just got away with it, like nothing happened. you know. Oh, I think we lost him. Hey, Mike. Oh shoot, I think we lost him a little bit. I'm gonna call him. This is a good discussion too. Oh man. Hold up. I think we lost him. I'm gonna call him. Okay, bro. What you want to say, bro? I got you on speaker. My phone about to die though.
Oh, all right. Well, that's it, man. God bless you. Thank you, bro. I was able to talk with you.
All right.
You can cut it.
It's a funny interview. This was good. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it, man. But hey, I was gonna say, everybody, thank you for tuning in, bro. It's your boy Young Lee Jr., man. He was preaching that truth. They cut him off. They cut his connection off. That's how it is. It's your boy Young Lee. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. I'm out. What's your perspective?